guys, so when you have a disability, you're often encouraged to be positive, and as you grow up especially, to be positive about it. Don't focus on what you can't do, but focus on what you can do and how well you've done to get this far. And that's fine, that is. But in today's video, I want to go maybe say a slightly bit more negative and talk about when cerebral palsy gets in the way of my life. And I just want to say at the very beginning that I know there are people with worse versions of cerebral palsy than me. I know that there are people that are greatly affected more by cerebral palsy than me and other disabilities, but I also quite like the phrase that just because someone has it worse than you, it doesn't make your feelings it doesn't make your feelings less valid or invalid completely. And this week, because I've been recovering from my previous weekend at London Edge, I've had a lot of time to think, and I've just been having quiet evenings where I've been relaxing on the sofa and trying to figure out what I want to do, things that I want to do. And it just makes me realise that sometimes having cerebral palsy is just really, really annoying. Because even though I went to London Edge last week, I am still flat out exhausted from that. And today is Saturday, and when I'm filming this, and it's almost been a week and I have still not recovered. And that's really annoying, because when I have less energy, it gets me down more, and then I have more time to focus on my pain and everything in my body. Whereas if I'm busy or happy or excited about something, the pain is still there, but it doesn't get to me as much. But because of that, I am still utterly exhausted from last week, and I mean flat out. I'm finding it hard to even get up and down from the sofa at the moment. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why having cerebral palsy is really annoying, because I did have a nice weekend. It was overwhelming and I did overdo it, so it is my own fault. But it's one of those things that gets really annoying. Other things that I've been thinking about that really annoy me and get in the way of my life with my cerebral palsy is makeup. I quite like the goth aesthetic, the goth appearance, but my hands, even if I just hold them, you can see they're like shaky, and I'm not even doing anything with them. And they shake, and I don't have a lot of finger dexterity. This hand, because it's my right side, is a lot better than this side, because my cerebral palsy mainly affects my left side. It means that I can't really do much with makeup. My extent of makeup is lipstick and stabbing a pencil in my eye to make some sort of eyeliner effect. That's about it. And what I really would like to be able to do is do something more clever with eyeliner and eyeshadow, such as like winged eyeliner, different layers of eyeshadow. And with my cerebral palsy, I tried it. I can't make it look any good. And it is really annoying, because I think if I could do that, I could express myself more and feel more my own aesthetic, build my own sort of look around my internal personality, and I can't do that. And even mascara I find really hard. Like, I end up stabbing myself in the eye, and then I have to get makeup wipes to do the leftover bits where it's all run down. And I'm just, why can't they make more accessible makeup? Disabled people and people with disabilities want to wear makeup too. It's not like most people don't wear makeup for other people. Most people wear makeup for themselves to make themselves feel and look pretty. You're not wearing it because you want someone else to think you're pretty. Well, you may be, but generally the primary reason is that you want to look pretty for yourself. And that's all I want to do. When I was exploring a bit of the internet, because this thought was really annoying me, I really wanted sort of winged eyeliner. I really wanted some sort of dark effect, and like I was watching some of Jake Monroe's videos and I'm like, I really want to do that, but I'm either going to end up blinding myself or stabbing myself to death because my hands are so shaky that I can't do it myself. And I know I can ask other people, but I like to be independent. So I'm deciding, why can't they make more accessible makeup? Maybe, I don't know, an eyeliner stencil or brace that you can put on your eye, and then basically it covers the bits of eyes you don't want eyeliner in, and then you can like draw it in or just do that until it fills in. I don't know. I know you can get some mascaras with sort of a right handle that makes it easier for hand dexterity, but there's only a very limited amount. So I don't see, why has someone not invented more accessible makeup? Seriously, that needs to be an invention, because not will you only get some great publicity because you're helping disabled people, and you can play that card if you want, that's fine, but you're going to help a lot of people. Disabled people want to wear makeup too, and the easier you make it for us to do it, the easier and the more included we will feel. Because though I like this look I've got on today at the moment, there's a lot more I want to do with it. And I think if there were more accessible makeup, it would really, I don't know, just make life easier. You'd open a lot of doors for a lot of people. And why hasn't someone come up with it yet? There's loads of makeup, loads of brands. Someone come up with an accessible makeup brand, talking to various people with various different disabilities, physical, and just come up with something, or come up with some sort of like interchangeable, so you can buy normal brands of makeup and then just come up with containers, handles, pots, stencils. I don't know, it could be a paint by numbers thing for all I care. Just something, make makeup more accessible. Why has no one done that? And I guess also related to this with my cerebral palsy is shoes. I want more pretty but practical and accessible shoes, especially Gothic branded shoes. If you didn't watch my London Edge video, I did discover a brand or a line from New Rocks called the New Rocks Comfort Range, and they do seem accessible in terms of my shoes. When I was younger, I used to wear things called Pedro boots, which I think stand for podiatry boots, and podiatry is feet. But why can't people make makeup and shoes more accessible? We want to look pretty too. We want to do this. We are not trying to, we just want to be like everybody else sometimes. And people make it harder to do things. Shoes especially, there's buttons, pull tags. Me especially, for my feet to be able to wear shoes, they've got to be a certain height. They can't be flat because my heel doesn't necessarily meet the ground at all time. It doesn't always do full contact. So it needs to have a little bit of a height, but it can't be like that high either. It's got to be somewhere in between. Most pretty sort of Gothic shoes come with laces. Can't do laces myself, haven't learned to do it. And if you're tired, you're just going to end up going to sleep with your shoes on, because you're not going to want to do at the end of the night to undo all your shoes. And then there's also grip at the bottom of the shoes. Like if your balance is really crap like mine and you fall over like the minute you get out of bed on a daily basis, you need some grippier shoes. And I'm going to explore more a bit in the New Rocks Comfort range, because they seem to be my ideal Gothic accessible shoe. But I guess in this video has turned more into a rant than anything. But why can't companies? It's been ages. Legislation's been out for ages. Disability is becoming more, I don't want to say a norm, but people by default are more accepting, and they think, oh, you're just a normal person, you're not a disabled person first. But so why can't they make more accessible clothes, more accessible shoes, and more accessible makeup that is, or just devices and things to help with those that are cheap, you can buy on the market? Because even if you don't have a disability, what if you're older, or I don't know, you've just had an injury, which means you can't use your hand as well as normal, you can't walk well as normal. Disabled people and people with injuries, older people, we still want to express ourselves creatively and look-wise, same as you. So why can't brands or somebody or something make accessible makeup, accessible shoes and accessible outfits that are still pretty and don't look like they're making an accessible brand? Make it something that's inclusive, that looks like everything else, that is pretty, or maybe not like everything else. I personally want something more gothic, but make things more inclusive. Okay, so that's the end of my rant about accessible makeup, and this week has been one of those weeks where I focused on when cerebral palsy just gets in the way of my life. Why can't things be easier? I don't like asking for help. So upcoming video after this one, because I'm filming this video a week in advance, I'm going to talk about something slightly more positive and say how I've realised so many good things have happened to me this year. So I want to highlight and talk about that after a more ranty, negative video. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.